Welcome back, Mosh Pit Podcast. We're here at Goldfield in Roseville with a moment's notice. How you guys doing today?
Chilling.
Doing pretty good.
Chilling like a villain. Getting started, how has music helped you guys individually?
You guys want to go first?
Oh, you go first.
Yeah, hell yeah. Honestly, music, coming back into it after being out of it for so long, I took a long time away from it. I think the biggest thing for me was, getting on that stage and doing the things I did, being a part of the scene again it's been, treating me really well this time around, doing it, and now I'm, I just fell in love with it all over again. I can't really explain what it is or why it is the way it is, but, it's freeing. It's, the one moment I actually feel like I'm actually seen or heard for once. It's hard to explain.
Hell yeah. I mean, I can feel that in a sense with, the podcast. It helps me with, the fans and stuff, but I like it because before the podcast, I lost my family member I was really close with, and my one best friend that we all hung out moved to Idaho.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't really have anybody to be around. So when I started this, hanging out with bands and bullshitting, I think that got me out of my funk.
Yeah.
Of just being around this community, especially with all the locals like you guys and I Don't Mind and everybody in the scene. It just helped me build up my communication and know that if you have nothing to do, find something, whether it's painting or some shit.
Right.
There's always you can find peace in something.
Totally. Yeah. Just
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of had a similar experience, grew up in a scene locally. And I think I just let, no one was with malicious intent ever said oh, you're never going to make a living doing that, or you're never, that's never going to go the way you think it's going to. But I think the kind of just general stigma around, being just a broke musician, just kind of wormed its way into my subconscious. And so I went off, I did a bunch of different shit out of high school. I went to a trade school and got involved with a bunch of other work and stepped away. I mean, I didn't play drums for probably three years between 2018, 2021, just stopped playing. And it was it kind of solved itself once I started playing again. It just opened a kind of a new chapter to my life. It was just kind of oh, this is what I should be doing actually, because I wasn't happy with the way things were going and the path that I had chosen up to that point. But pretty much as soon as I started putting the time and the effort into playing music again, I just unlocked a bunch of energy that I didn't know was there. I mean, it's just right now my life revolves around playing in this band, playing in another band, subbing in, just kind of becoming a bit of a hired gun because I can't stop now,
Yeah.
I just want to play all the time. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like you were saying, I just feel like myself, when we're playing, it's a flow state always, kind of just shuts your brain up for a little bit and you can just exist in the moment. It's super nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just accept the fact that you are here and you're alive and you're breathing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the community aspect of it is really sick too. I mean, being able to join this band was really sick just because, they've established such a strong, local presence. And there's just a sense of community from, I had people coming up to me at shows I was playing with my other band before I had played a show with this band being oh, you're the new drummer for A Moment's Notice. I was how the fuck do you even know that, bro? It was crazy. But it's cool because it's I think it's the beginning steps of creating something that people identify with and kind of resonates with them on a personal level. And I'll never turn anybody away that wants to talk about it, or anybody that shows up wants to get down to the music. I mean, it's fucking crazy to me. It doesn't matter if it's one person or 10 people or 100 people. It's just wild,
Yep.
But it's sick to see what music can mean to other people, and to know that you're a provider of that. It's really fucking cool.
That's why I love doing this.
Yeah,
it's just seeing what other bands, what their perspectives are in this music game.
Definitely. How about you guys?
How about you guys? Yeah.
Well, I mean, For me, it's been kind of like the whole like music is therapy thing. It's helped me out a lot over the past few years, and especially now with what I've been going through, sobriety and all that stuff. It's kind of kept me on. It's kind of kept my head on straight. Cause I feel like if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be out doing something stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been crazy this whole journey, and it hasn't been a long journey, and that's what is crazy about it is just that like I feel like I've been doing this specific band for more than 10 years now, and it's been what 3?
Yeah, it's like 2.5, 3.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It's amazing like the reactions that we've got throughout like all the other people, like for example Jesse saying the whole like him joining the band, everyone's like, oh shit, he's in that band. I got hit up a few times like, hey, you guys got 4199's drummer. I'm like, what? yeah we do, like come check us out. But yeah, no, I mean I've been at this since I was 13 and I'm 32, so I've got nothing but good things to say, and I know there's like bad experiences and stuff, and a lot of shit goes down on the road or whatever. But if you really have a passion for it, if you have love for it, just tough it out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get like your Christian Mosh Pit podcast. I get I know you, but I don't know how.
I mean, yeah, that'll probably change. And, yeah, I mean, everyone starts somewhere, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how it is. But keep pushing, fucking grind it out. Fucking, I ain't stopping. This shit's fun as fuck.
Yeah, it's way too fun. I mean, it's tiring, for sure. It's expensive. It's fucking expensive.
It's hella
It's
expensive.
so expensive. That's like
They don't lower the price of XLR cables soon. I'm gonna fight everyone. Like
I just broke 3 more cymbals.
no.
Ah, shit.
Price of copper is like $1.50 a foot now. I'm gonna fight everyone. Like I can't do it. It's so expensive.
How about you?
Oh my god, he talks.
Silent Bob.
Yeah.
He's Silent Bob.
So, you're asking how music changed my life?
How's it helped you?
How's it helped me? Well, I guess really it taught me how to kind of collaborate with people. Being kind of a guitarist, like in your bedroom, you kind of sit there and you chunk away for a while, and you're kind of by yourself. And once I joined the band, I learned how to work with people, I guess that's really what it is, just work with people.
Communicate almost.
Communicate, yeah. That's kind of about it.
Yeah. Short, simple, to the point.
Simple, yeah.
And I know, Greg, you were telling me about this before, but what was the story of the creation of A Moment's Notice?
Yeah, that story's crazy. Yeah, we were kind of touching on that. That was wild. I've been friends with Jared from Suffocate, the original vocalist, for a while. And during the pandemic, we kind of like rekindled and like we started like talking again. And like it wasn't like anything major, but I just was like, I don't know. My wife was like, you should go do a Lorna Shore cover, since they're hot right now. And I was like, I don't fucking know. Like I don't even have a DAW anymore. Like I don't have any of that. So I like was like, dude, like my friend had a SM7B, and like he was just like, hey, dude, like. He's like, dude, like, here, you could use all this stuff, and I got an interface, and I was like, the typical Scarlett 2i2, like, everyone has that, like, they're like, oh, don't trust that guy, but
Red flag.
I was like, yeah, like, I got it, and I tracked the ending breakdown for Lorna Shore's To the Hellfire, and it'd been the first time I'd done vocals in, like, 13 years.
What, like the pig snarl?
Yeah, just like, yeah, just the whole thing, like,
Getting all over the
I'm like, I just got it like super like ridiculous, and like I did it, and I remember I posted it, and Jared was like, what the fuck is this? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, dude, that shit's hella good. And he's like, yo, I'm starting Suffocate again. And I was like, no, you're not. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm trying to start it again. It didn't happen. Like there was some legal stuff that happened, but he was trying to do it for a long time, and he was like, you should start a band. I was like, nah, dude. I was like, I don't even know who to record with. I'm not gonna do any of that. And then he's like, you should hit up Nick Miller. And I was like, oh, shit, Nick Miller from Skylar Drive? Like, I'm like, dude, I haven't talked to him. I'm like, I used to live in Elk Grove, and he lived in Galt, like, or, like, Lodi area. So, like, he was from that area, so I was like, I knew who he was. I went to high school with Corey LaQuay, and so Corey was around. So I knew them. I knew who they were, but never talked to them. And I was like, nah, that's not happening. And then all of a sudden I get a message from Nick, and he's like, yo, so when you come to the studio? And I was like, shit. And I was like, so, like, it was just me. When I first started it. It was supposed to be a solo project. I really wasn't like intending for it to be a band, but yeah, Nick Miller and I wrote Silver Lining. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah, in a day. Like one day. I didn't have any song to go off of. I didn't know anything about it. Like Nick and I just started writing, and
was the backing tracks like already done, or did you
no,
do the backing
no,
tracks
no.
there?
Everything was done that day.
Holy
like
shit!
From 9 o'clock in the morning till I think like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, we wrote Silver Lining Part 1. Like that's also something I'm giving away. Like we wrote a Part 2, but Nick and I wrote Part 2 in literally the same time again.
Holy shit!
Yeah, if you haven't listened to it, the guitar riffs on that
really
song
good.
are insane.
Yeah. Nick Miller and I were the ones that wrote the first song for this band. And there was no members. It was just Nick and I.
Fuck.
So it was a blessing, and it's still a blessing. I love that guy. Like he's like a brother to me, and I love him to death for everything he's done for me. But that's how.
Insane engineer too.
God, he's so goated.
Love you, Nick.
Love Nick. Every bit of things he does for us is amazing. But that's how it started, man. It's still sometimes I don't believe it even started.
And then you were telling me also about like the naming of A Moment's Notice. How you didn't
Oh,
have a name.
I was like, dude, I don't have a name. Like, what do you want me to do here? I was like, I can't just come up with a name at a moment's notice. And I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, wait a minute. And I was like, hold on, I'm going to do this. Because there was a band that I was in back in the day
There's a throwback right here, yeah.
called A Moment's Notice. And the band had some personal stuff that happened, and we broke up. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I was like, man, should I bring that name back? And because I said it, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this name hasn't. And I looked everywhere. I searched for hours trying to see if anybody had used it again, and nobody used it. And the name was gone. There was no content at all of the music, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. And everyone's like, you really gonna do it? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bring it back. And then all of a sudden I brought it back, and people that I went to high school were like, no fucking way you brought it back. And I was like, yeah, I did.
Fuck yeah.
Even I noticed that one.
Yeah, if you look up A Moment's Notice now, like that's all.
Oh,
us
it's
stuff.
all
just-
us.
Yup.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
It's like the SEOs on that is nuts. Like, just to be able to like, I don't know, it's just weird. Like you can Google us and like it happens now, and I'm like, that's crazy.
I know, because you don't get that with some locals. You have to like legit put their name and then the word band.
band. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we just pop up, and like that was the part that was like, it was kind of crazy when that happened. I was like, holy shit! Like we're actually like you can actually find us like now.
Yeah.
It's wild to this day.
With like the top 5.
Yeah. Like it got us to headline Roseville Goldfield. Like, what the hell? It's
real.
still crazy to me.
I want to start. I'm starting segments and shit, and this segment is the most likely to segment where you guys pick who's most likely to.
Oh man, this is gonna be good.
So the first one is who's most likely to crowd kill someone.
Probably this guy.
Most likely Jesse or myself. One of us will.
My other band's a hardcore band, so it's definitely me.
Although I'll never forget the
Yeah.
Just
time.
knocking people out with drumstick. Just
We're the two hardcore guys. Like both grew up on hardcore, so he's playing it, and I'm like I'm wearing a Terror shirt right now, dude. Like it's not.
I almost wore my Terror bucket hat today.
I'll never forget
Yeah,
though.
we're
the time
definitely the ones that would crowd kill somebody.
It was the end of tour and we were in Vegas, and we were in the crowd. I was next to Greg, and then I start fucking hardcore dancing, and he looks at me. He's like, "What the fuck was that?"
Oh yeah, dude. Vegas was wild. Vegas was a wild time.
All right. Who's most likely to get arrested?
I don't know. Fucking.
I can't go back to jail, dude. So.
I can't-
Okay, actually, I take that back though. I think Sergio might, just for the sole fact that he'd probably take like 1,000 milligrams of THC to his dome, and then he'd be just like tripping balls walking down the street, like, and people would be like, "Oh, he's fucked up."
Stealing a cop car or some shit.
Or he'd like a cop would say something and he'd be like, "Man, fuck you," and he'd be like, "Oh, come on." I don't know. That's a hard one.
Hey, how much bail money could you guys get together?
Can we start a GoFundMe for that?
Or it's Tommy, because Tommy doesn't talk as much. He's just like secretly running some fucking like
serial killer.
yeah. I was gonna say you got like a front running somewhere. You're fucking moving money or something.
Not that.
After the podcast, cancel that part out.
Yeah.
Thomas is like the type of person where like, yo, what? This man works with the cartel? Like nobody knew this shit about him.
And then he just goes,
Yeah, I don't know.
"You never asked."
That is the only guy you guys never ask.
Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Who's most likely to show up to a show late?
Oh, that's 100% Thomas.
That's Thomas.
That's 100% Thomas. That is Thomas to his T.
Before.
Both of y'all were just late to this fucking interview.
Okay.
I'm like, where the fuck did y'all go? I thought y'all said 10 minutes. You guys were gone for 35.
We were all here. Where did you go?
Oh, no, I don't doubt it, man. Thomas drives like a grandma, but he says he has a lead foot. I, like, still don't understand that. Like,
But really slow ass car.
It's like, I'm grabbing food.
bro, I drive a 97 Corolla. You have no excuse. I get places before you.
True.
I'm like, my car literally tries to get up a hill and it's like dying. It's like, I'm like, all right, we're not getting anywhere soon.
Imagine driving that bitch to the Grapevine.
Absolutely fucking not. It would die halfway through the mountain. Yes. Just, it wouldn't be good. It would not be good at all.
Who's most likely to get mistaken for a celebrity?
Oh, dude.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah, it's,
Vic Fuentes.
Yeah. When my hair's down, like, I was wearing a baseball hat. I was in San Diego watching the Ghost inside. And I was wearing had my hair down, and I just fucking was walking around. Some guy's like, "Oh shit, that's Vic Fuentes," and I was like, "What?" I turned around and I was like, and he was like, "Oh dog, you look hella like him," and I was like, "Yeah, I get this a lot. This is terrible." And I'm in San Diego, so it's like, of course, like that I would be in the one place that he would be. So I was like, "Damn." So yeah, that happens a lot. For a while there, they called me like Deathcore Vic Fuentes on Twitter, and I was just like, I don't understand that. And now there was a picture. Yeah, no. Now Ruben from Royal Vices saw a picture of me when we were shooting the One for All music video, and for whatever reason, I just looked hella caked up. So now he calls me Thick Fuentes, and I'm like, I can't even deal with this dude anymore. I'm like, this dude's a menace. I love him.
Oh, shout out to Ruben.
Ruben's the GOAT. Like, that dude's the shit. If you don't listen to Royal Vices, you need to start listening to them. They're sick.
Yeah.
Go listen to them, and also you can go way back to I think January. You can see their pre-show interview and watch their shit. They're fucking awesome. Love them.
Those guys are awesome.
Last one. Who's most likely to get a random tattoo on a night out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Jesse.
got some flash done already. I got this fucking
Frog, dude.
Fucking frog.
You got Frogger?
Got frog.
Oh.
I was like, walked into a studio and I was like, that's $125. I was like, that's going on my body.
That's a good one.
It has to be there. So
Dude, like when I say like I got that frog in me, like that's the frog I'm talking about.
That frog in me.
that fucking frog right there, dog.
They ain't knock loose with the bark. They got that frog in them.
Yeah, I got that.
Are you gonna do that
that's
tonight?
torture. It's that torture shit, dude. It sounded like you just recorded a bullfrog in this room. Yeah. Frog blink.
Get you back into the
Yeah, you fucked up putting this interview with us. We just clown all day.
I love it. It's awesome. It makes it more entertaining.
Like, let's see what's up.
What concert would you love to relive?
Oh, bro. Okay, this one's a hella special one for me. Like, do we play or like did we do
Either
like,
one.
Ooh,
Okay, I have to say
Do both,
this
do
one
both.
because this is like god tier fucking shit that happened to me, and Sergio was there, and I fucking love this. I want to preface this with rest in peace, fucking Jordan Blake from
Yes,
Skylar
sir.
Drive. That man is the fucking GOAT. I don't care what anyone fucking says. He literally was the whole entire reason he gave me confidence and something to fucking chase after for the rest of my fucking life. And I'm going to say that just to start this story. But the concert I want to relive is Swanfest 2 years ago.
Yeah,
2022.
2022.
That was with
At Cal Expo.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
24 hours before that fucking show, Jordan Blake texts me and says, "You're going to get on stage and you're going to do a Reason for Broken Wings with us."
Oh,
and I fucking lost my mind. And I got up there and I got on stage and I got fucking nervous. I almost passed the fuck out and I did the thing. And when I got off that stage, Jordan said one thing, and I'll never forget this, because we were about to play a sold-out show a week later. And he said, "You cannot be afraid of 300 people." He's like, "You just did that in front of 5,000. And he goes, "Now you have something to chase after." And I've been chasing that fucking dream since then.
Yeah.
Fucking R.I.P. the biggest GOAT in the world, and every Skylight Drive boy that was in that band, like, they did that. They did that for me, and I will say nothing but praise for those guys. The real Skylight Drive, the OG crew,
Yes, sir.
they are the most goated human beings in the world because they just want to see people fucking win. And that was that moment that I will always remember. And that's what got me started and what I'm driving for and why we're doing it the way we're doing it.
Fuck it. That's the one thing I'm nervous about, though, for Aftershock, because I'm talking about doing some stage introductions at the big stages and shit. I know I could do it, but I feel like part of me feels like I'm going to freeze when I get out there and just see that sea of people.
It's a lot.
It's not a single person at that point, though. You just
No.
got to treat it like a fucking,
It's just
you
a
know,
sea.
like
Yeah.
it's just like you said, you know, no, there's no individuals out there. You just say your piece, and you know.
Honest to God, bro, just pick a fucking spot and look at that. Even if it's like dead center of like the crowd and you can't see that far out because like whatever, like just run it, dude. But yeah, if you get in weak need, don't feel bad. Cause like, dog, I've been doing this shit for so long, and I got up there and was like, "Huh?" I was like, I'm going down. I don't know how I recovered, but I did. And
Yeah.
that still, bar none, has been that has been the most people I have screamed in front of ever. Fuck. It was crazy.
It was a warm day, and I looked at him, and he was pale as fuck.
Yeah.
Up
I
on
was
stage,
I
yeah.
was so fucking nervous.
Just shaking.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they pioneered post-hardcore.
yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
be real here. Them and Alisana pioneered that genre. Nobody was screaming and singing at that time. Like, Pierce the Veil was kind of doing it, but it wasn't really like to that extent. And you got Mayday Parade and all those other people, and then all of a sudden metalcore became a thing. But a Skylit Drive and Alisana, they pioneered that shit.
Yeah.
So to be on the same stage with them and be given that opportunity to do that in front of that many people,
Have that memory.
yeah, that memory,
Yeah.
that thing that I'm chasing after now forever, yeah, 100% want to relive that every day of the week.
Fuck yeah.
The
Yeah.
more people there are, the more energy there is in the room, and I feed off of that.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, top 10 fucking memory of my life. Like,
Fuck yeah.
I will always remember that day.
Hell yeah. That's a fucking great ass memory. How about you?
So this is super trippy, and I'm glad you brought that up because I don't know if I would have remembered this, but it's also Swanfest 2022 for me. I was also there. That was the what are you doing there? And the reason is it was my first metal fest ever. I'd been to like EDC and stuff like that, like electronic music festivals and stuff. I'd never been to a festival where it was all like my people. And I just missed Kublai Khan that day, which sucked, but like got to see Animals as Leaders and Noctilus and okay, it was right before they like blew up
before,
too. They were on what else we saw? We saw Volumes, Movements, like it was dope. And I just so happened to run into my old bassist and vocalist from 4199 pre-COVID. We all ran into each other at that festival, and we were sitting watching Volumes play because they have the bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
We were watching Volumes play and just watching the whole crowd like bounce, and we were like, dude, we gotta do this again. Like, I want to play on that stage. That was the feeling that I had. And it just so happens that this dude's having pretty much the same experience, except he's actually on one of the stages. It's pretty cool because that like really tripped me out because that was if there was like a single event as to why I'm going after it so hard now, it's that show. So
I think that's crazy. That,
Yeah,
all
it's
of us,
super
all of us
trippy.
remembered
Yeah,
Swanfest,
yeah, being
and
that.
like, I think Thomas was the only one that wasn't there.
That was
Yeah.
That was,
even
like-
Yeah.
previous members were all there and like of AMN, and I was
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah, well, it's crazy because like Swanfest, dude, Ben, our old guitarist, he was there too, and
Yeah.
he didn't know about me either. He wasn't in the band either. Like all of us, like for whatever reason, Swanfest 2022 at Cal Expo in Sacramento, for whatever reason, I think that was the turning point.
Yeah.
That was the canon event that had to happen for all of us to find like that.
Yeah, it was
It
super
was
trippy.
crazy.
Once we were talking about me like auditioning for the band and stuff like that, I think I came up pretty quickly, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like you were on that stage, and just it was crazy. So that's definitely it for me too. I don't know what about you guys.
Bumped elbows with future band member.
Yeah,
Didn't even know
seriously,
it.
I had no clue. So
It's
you guys-
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we go.
I mean,
For me, I think like
Swanfest.
yeah. Besides Swanfest, there was a
they're about to
a
start.
point in time where I was playing in this band, this metalcore band, back in like 2012, and I don't know if you guys remember the Plea for Peace Center in Stockton.
oh yeah.
We played that show with the band called I Set to Kill. I'm pretty sure you guys know who they are.
They're on the podcast. Go check them out.
Hell yeah. And it was a tour package, and it was I Set to Kill, a band called My Ticket Home, and I can't remember the third band, but I Set to Kill was the only band that ended up showing up because the other bands dropped out of the tour or something happened. So we sold almost all the tickets to that show. Ended up being sold out, and that was probably the biggest crowd I had ever played for in that time era. And I don't know, it was just felt badass, you know, like I was like, fuck, I want to keep doing this, you know.
That feeling of, I
Yeah.
think what it is for like people in our situation is that you have moments, because a lot of us are fucked in the head, and we have those moments where we have that pure joy,
Yeah.
and we hold on to it.
Oh, it's fucking zen as shit.
Yeah.
It's like the one moment where you just sit there and you smile.
Yes.
And nobody knows what the fuck you're smiling. There's a picture of us when we played our coming back show with Jesse, and
Yeah.
there's a picture of me on stage. Fucking biggest cheese smile ever.
That's why I'm
And-
behind you.
Yeah,
I look like
and
I'm
he's like, he's losing his
hands
shit
up in the
too.
background, but it looks like I'm about to like fucking maul him.
Dude, my in-ears, I could hear the crowd cheering, and I couldn't hear my vocals. They were so fucking
shit.
That
loud.
was a wild night.
It was so crazy that like the place was packed, and it was like we played last. Like most headliners, local headliners, nobody's around for that shit, but they were all there screaming for us, and that was like that moment where I was like, holy shit, we're actually like we're doing it.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so tight. Like I'll never forget some of the memories that we have in this band. Like, and it's like we're just starting.
Yup.
That's the craziest shit in the world. Like,
That was gonna be my memory that I shared the
Yeah.
show at Goldfields in Midtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing that crowd of people, like the sea of people, once the lighting just hit them, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like a Renaissance painting.
yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's just you never know.
You do.
Like-
You don't, because like I feel the same. Being like a little over a year and a half in, getting the opportunities I'm given, it fucks with my head because having like 98 Rock and all these other podcasts, I go, you're only 21 fucking years old and you're
Yeah.
getting this far this fast, and I go, I don't know.
I mean, dude, you get like imposter syndrome for it. You're like, am I really the
100%.
person who I am right now? Like, is
Yeah.
this really like what I'm doing? Like, people look at you a little differently, or they say something, and you're like, I don't even see myself like that. Like, I'm just Greg, dude. I cut hair. I have a kid. Like, I have my life. Like, I do things outside of this. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I put my shoes on just like you, dog. Like, I'm not anybody cool. Like to people I am, but like, I just don't see myself like that.
Exactly. I say the same thing, and I have friends that say, why don't you see yourself like that? And I go, I don't know. I think
it's just because we love it.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
love it, and we do it for like the fun, like the drive of it. Like, we get so excited to go do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure these are exciting just for you, like just like us playing a show. Like, it's exciting to us, but it's never like we're not thinking about like, oh, I want to get big, I want to go do this. It's more like, nah, dog, we're chasing that Swanfest memory. Oh man, I want to fucking go play that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I just want to see this shit. Like, I just want to see it and just be like, I don't even really care if we suck ass that day. I just want to do it.
That's how I feel, because when I got told I'm doing Aftershock, like I legit cried, because like I started going to shows. My first show was Aftershock 2013,
Fuck.
and I've been
now
going
look at you.
I've been going for 10 years straight, and this is my 11th year, and I'm working it, doing band interviews, and I legit like cried, and I was like, the fact that me going my first show, I didn't know that 10 years or 11 years ahead, I'd be working this, interviewing the people that are on that stage.
Oh yeah, dude. If you would have told me 18 years ago that I would be working with like some of the most iconic people in the industry, or like playing some of these crazy shows, like, bro, we fucking played with the Skylight Drive.
Yeah.
I just still can't believe that shit.
Yeah.
Like, we opened up for Enterprise Earth and Fallujah. Like, I'm still like, what the fuck?
Yep.
It doesn't, and like you said, dude, you're kind of just there, and you're like, whoa, this is happening.
On that point too, like this venue is super special for me too, because later in 2022 I saw Straight from the Path here. It's like one of my favorite bands ever, and I got to hang out with their drummer, and it was a very like eye-opening experience of like, metal's dope because there's a big gray area between amateur and pros. You know, there's not this like nobody. I've yet to meet somebody who's doing what I want to be doing at the level that I want to be doing it, who's like above me, or you know what I mean? Like there's a sense of community where it was like, I got to just hang out and talk with one of my favorite drummers for 45 minutes, like right at the top of those stairs over there. And then we saw them play, and it was one of the sickest shows ever. And I just saw the Acacia Strain here in April.
Yeah.
And now we're headlining that stage. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just talking about imposter syndrome. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking crazy.
It's crazy because like when I started doing pre-show interviews, it was with Head PE,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even gonna do this.
Yeah.
I legit was just doing podcasts in studio, and then Head PE was sitting with me, and they're like, "Fuck it, pull up the camera, let's do it right now." And I put up the camera, did 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, and then I posted it, and I felt so happy, posted it.
Yeah.
2 hours, got like 600 or 700 views, and I was like, this is like for the algorithm it works, and it really makes me happy. It was legit. I propped up the camera. It was my first camera with a little boom mic on it on a hood of a truck of a car, outside the back of Goldfields.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
I think that was the first time I met you, because that was the day Full Metal Hippies was opening for Head PE.
That's right. I had to go there to get. I don't know. I used to work for the Goldfield company, so like I had to go there for something. I don't remember what I was there for, but I saw you and I met you, and I was like, oh hey, what's up, dude? And like,
I didn't know what I was doing.
Me
yet.
neither. I can't remember. There's so many things that have happened since then.
So many. It's just like, it's shit like that when you like get opportunities, but it's a lot of this shit in the music industry is a lot unplanned.
Oh God, yeah.
It's
horribly unplanned.
It's like when people say that was a happy accident, that's like the music industry. That was like, it's all like a happy accident that we all just, because there's always shit that you're gonna go through.
Oh yeah.
Like being, like hoping that sound check is on time, or being at the show on time, and fucking setting up the stage, and like there's so much shit that goes before you go on the stage to play that stresses you out. But at the end of the day, you did it, you put in your work, and you get to go home and appreciate that.
Right. Yeah. I think it's super validating. And honestly, like every day we get to do this shit, every day we're not doing it, I'm thinking about it. Every day that I'm doing it, I want more of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I just don't understand. Like, it's like the best drug I've ever had in my life. I want more of it.
Facts. It's like, I think that's why I tell people, do what you love, doesn't matter what it is, because it's like the biggest drug when you can be happy with what you love to do. It doesn't mean you have to make it your job, but at least if you do it like maybe like once a month, I feel like you'll feel pure joy.
Yeah. Facts, man.
But thank you guys for coming on,
Dude,
yeah.
totally.
Thank you,
It was a
man.
blast.
and I want to give you the time to promote anything you want, tours, upcoming music, anything.
Yeah, we got Summer Shindig and Titan Fest coming up. There are 2 festivals, and then we're going on tour. So if you guys are in the Sacramento area, August 16th, Old Ironsides, we'll be playing there. Tickets are all through us. There's no online link for that right now. Come see us. It's probably going to be like one of the last times we play in Sacramento for a while. We're going to go spread our wings and go and travel a lot more.
Hell yeah, that's one thing you have to do. You have to risk it. I did that at the beginning of the year by going to LA, not knowing nobody.
Yeah, just happens, man.
Yep.
But dude, thanks for having us,
thank
man.
you, man.
No problem. It was a blast having you guys on, and we'll catch you next week, Mosh Pit. Later.